see, same mass Arc, but last time was the only one that I joined. Yeah, I tried getting people in on Arc, and most people weren't even that interested. And also, I just don't like Arc. If the dinosaurs you pick up, didn't die permanently and you could almost treat it like a monster collection game, I think I'd be more interested in playing Arc. But I spend so much time taming and prepping my dinosaurs, and then they just get smoked, and I'm like, well, that just really isn't worth my interest. Like, it's just too much of a slog. Because I'd rather it be you can only have one dinosaur tamed at a time, and you have a stable where you can just switch them out freely. And if they die, they just go back to the stable, or you have to heal them up or something like that. That would be nice. Sadly, no dice. I also just don't like the company that makes Arc that much either. The problem with it is largely, I don't know what their plan is, but their plan just seems to be rehash the same ideas as much as possible to make the most amount of money as possible. Which, like, that just kind of sucks. Because Atlas just seemed like a complete hack? How's the multiplayer in Eco now? I have no idea. Never played that. Let's see, what was the other game? Card Life might have been interesting, but if I remember right, that had atrocious lag and I was playing solo. So I don't think I'd touched that game yet. Man, you guys are champions. I guess it helps that we have 2 priests and a fairly chunky mage. AFK for lunch. Yeah. I could go make myself a sandwich and come back and probably have plenty of time. Just not entirely sure if it's a good idea. Currently my stomach feels decent, which is a good sign. They're very squishy though. True. Let's spec you. Azrael definitely doesn't have that much HP. Crazy Mage, you have an okay amount of HP. Yeah, Azrael is definitely the squishy one of the group right now. Yeah, my problem is just, like, I've been eating too much, like, weird stuff lately. There's no outward signs that anything's, like, terribly wrong with me. I think I'm just, like, my stomach, my digestive system is like, you've been eating too much multicultural food, and it's gonna be real bad for you if you keep doing this. And then I went out for more. Now I should really stop. Hot damn, though. Yeah, Benjamin, you got some mad mana. Is that like 500? It looks like it's solid 500 or something like that. I'll have to give this a go with a mage now that I'm thinking about it. 491 as the max. Damn. I don't even know what to say to some degree, just kind of watching this go. Now, are there 3 floors of chambers, or am I forgetting things? God, I hope there's only 2. I want to say there's only 2. It's either 2 or 3, and I'm hoping it's 2, just because a third round of this is pain. Okay, 2. Perfect. Because there's usually a graveyard almost... maybe not almost immediately on the top of the fort. That's the second floor of the thing is the graveyard. I really wish there were more graveyards. That would be a ridiculous fountain thing. I would spend some I would take some serious attractions if I could have no soul linking. Or soul linking resets after every boss. That would actually be really nice. Yeah, 2 then vamp, then 2 then dragons. Let's see, wait. We have 2 priests and a sorcerer left. Any jokes we could work with this? You know, that's actually a decently balanced D&D party. Like, thinking about it, it's like, you could probably get a lot done with 2 clerics and a sorcerer. Okay. Ah. I'm a sleepy person. I've been getting weird amounts of sleep, largely because of the whole love, death, and robots thing. Because Shell and I have just been overloading so much in preparation for our trips, we actually haven't gotten to spend a whole lot of time together, which is unfortunate. Because I'd like to, well, I mean, I'd like to play more things and whatever. Did Benjamin actually take the gear? He did. Items on the screen that you see are actually my items, but since I can't pick them up, it's meaningless. But so Shell's mostly been like just slaving away at that computer at that sewing machine, making dragons for her convention, which is good. You know, it makes her a decent chunk of money doing so. But unfortunately, it means like can't play as many games together or like watch stuff. So after streaming is like us time, I guess. Problem is we got a really shitty yappy dog in our like 1 or 2 houses away, and I think they just moved in. I think I've talked about this a lot recently, but I'm pretty sure they just moved in, and the dog is just not fun to listen to. And it's been waking us up every day at like 8 a.m. I'm not bothered by it as much. I think I've just gotten used to it, but once I'm awake, you really can't go back to sleep. Should have her stream making the dragons. Arts and Crafts is big on Twitch. She's not used to streaming yet. I think she preferred to just do artwork. Just because. Let's see, what kind of dog is it? We have no idea. We actually have never seen the dog. All we know is we can hear it. It sounds like a small terrier, but like not one of the cute ones, more of one of the yappy ones. But yeah, I'd like it if she actually streams more of her stuff, especially artwork, because it can help you focus. Her other problem is she can only do so much artwork, though, before it actually starts hurting her hands. So that's always a bit tough. Let's see. But yeah, so we have never seen this dog. We don't know what it is. All we know is it barks. What it does is it barks about every 15 minutes for about 30 seconds, and then it stops. And it's like, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's constant for like the whole day. Like, I'd be fine with a dog that just barks here and there. Is that another ace chest? Yeah, it's another ace chest. And none of y'all have an ace key. Let's see. But so, what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to pick up one of those... It's like a subsonic egg thing that is battery powered, and you put it outside, it's waterproof. And every time it detects like a loud noise, like a bark, or maybe it's specifically programmed to work with barks, whenever it detects a bark, it pings loudly. And, you know, it's not friendly for the dogs, but it apparently does teach dogs to stop yapping pretty quickly. And, like, I realize that it's not something that, like, is friendly to animals, and I wouldn't consider it otherwise. But we straight up have no idea where this dog is. We've narrowed it down to 6 houses, but apart from banging on doors or trying to creep over their fence, there's not much we can actually do about it. Oh, we almost lost Benjamin there. That would have been bad. That's a lot of enemies. But so, like, unfortunately, Animal Control's advice is, as always, try and work it out with them in person. It's like we have no idea who these people are. There's a way to insulate the sounds from outside. Possibly, but we pretty much have to block every window in our house, which isn't preferable. We can, but, like, we actually get some really nice, well, our house is pretty dark to begin with. Like, the light fixtures are not the main feature of this place, especially downstairs. Yeah, well-trained yappy dog isn't bad, and the problem is well-trained yappy dogs are about as common as metallic hydrogen are. I mean, I've seen plenty of quiet, friendly yappy dogs here and there. Like, they exist, 100%. Main problem is just, like, a lot of people, and I don't know if I'm gonna, like, generalize, but I find, like, a lot of suburbanites don't really believe in training their dogs for whatever reason. They're like, you know, it's in their nature to bark. I can't stop them from doing so, and it's just like, what? I think it's actually more just like a silly, bad, like, dog owner thing, where they're just, they don't want to, like, abuse their dog too much, so they're like, you know, we'll just let them do whatever. Or they just don't know how to train dogs, period. It's bad. All I'm hearing is cats are the best pets. If you want to be a good neighbor, cats are probably the best pets, yes. But yeah, it would not be a yappy dog if it was a quiet dog. Just had a thought. What does the pile of bodies at the start would look like? What, if it was like real life? Oh god, you'd have trouble getting up the stairs. Okay, so I think we got the vampire fight, and then, larger dogs tend to behave better than smaller dogs, because owners train big dogs more, thinking they'll do more damage than smaller ones. That is... yeah, that's actually probably a fair assessment. I have definitely seen some very untrained big dogs here and there, but it does feel like the smaller dogs get off with a lot more. We had one neighbor down the hall, or not down the hall, down the road from our last apartment, and the dog would bark at everything that went by. And so the solution for the owners was to put the dog outside even midwinter, and just have it stick its head out and bark at everything. And so, yeah, walking to do laundry, bark, 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 bark. And it was just this tiny little, like, I don't even know what kind of dog it was. I mean, it was a cute dog. It was pretty, it was pretty. But, like, I'd seen the owners come and go, and they just put it out there. Instead of actually, like, you know, trying to train it or stop it from misbehaving or anything like that. That their solution was just to let it be. You guys might run into some problems with only 3 crosses. I assume they don't recharge, do they? You guys do a decent amount of damage, but he's scaled up too hard for the amount of dead people. I think I'm gonna have to instate a rule of battle royale rules for runs beyond like X number of people. Especially like if everybody's dying in the first like 2 or 3 levels. Because there are no graveyards. You guys might make it. He's down to 56,000. Oh, no, they do recharge. Okay. That's a good sign. I was really afraid this was going to be one of those situations where the rest of us being dead just utterly screws the remaining living members of the party. But no, if the cross is recharged, then it's not a big deal. Let's see, Azrael could use some healing, Crazy Mage, if you've got the focus. Oh, you guys are getting it. Props. Well, okay, so I got the accomplishment, Deposers of Despots, but I didn't actually get the guild rank. So that's how it works. So, definitely going to instate, once you guys find the graveyard, absolutely Battle Royale rules. But then again, graveyards... Okay, graveyard's next floor. Can anyone confirm or deny if the Division 2 is worth getting? I saw it looked like it was kind of just more of the same, but I could be wrong. It didn't look bad, it just looked like more of the same. Honestly, I just haven't heard anything about the Division 2. Which is usually a good sign, because it means it's not, like, universally hated. I mean, it seems like people liked it. Yeah, what's the Metacritic on Division 2? Not the Metacritic is the best. Oh, GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. It's not bad. Kotaku liked it. Yeah, it actually does seem like Division 2 did all right. I'd consider it, but I find games like those usually just don't. I don't know. I don't know if they don't do well on my channel. I mean, maybe they do alright. Well, I mean, I guess I've played Warframe before, and I'm doing Path of Exile. I guess it's also one of those where it's like, I was looking at probably playing it solo. And I also haven't played Division 1, so I don't know. But it's a good sign if it actually turned out well. Maybe I'll load it up if it actually got good reviews. Because I think Division 2 I just got into earlier. See, harder, more cover focused. Loot is amazing. Gunplay is by far the best, and game is long and satisfying to play, especially with friends. Good to know. Yep. I might actually download it and give it a go. Unless I already have a copy. I should double check that I don't have a copy already. Sometimes they just show up in my inbox and I'm not paying attention. Especially because I'm getting, like, buttloads of emails being like, come check out my game at PAX! Especially because I signed up as a member of press this time. Oh, boy. Let's see. Well, we're almost alive. As long as I can get that dragon kill, that'll be lovely. Because I really want to get that gold game buff. Expects the Division 2 to be meh. Wanted to drop it after 30 minutes trying to get an AI companion and not run into the wall. That wouldn't stop me. Like, honestly, after playing Anthem yesterday for a little while, I wanted to play more. And that's Anthem. Division 2, mildly more interesting to watch, because I've been to a lot of the places and stories to tell about them, but it's not enough to actually want to play it. Yeah, that's fair. I've been to DC, what, 3 times now? My main problem, I think, with games like The Division was the Dark Zone system, because I'm not too interested in actual competitive stuff. I am very much a Care Bear, whatever kind of person that just likes to relax and have fun. And so the idea of being in, like, big PvP zones is kind of rough. My other problem with Division is I actually had Division 1, and I tried playing it on launch day, and it straight up maxed out my CPU 100%. Some of you guys might have even been there for that. And I just couldn't do it. You guys are doing pretty well, but you're mana, man. I guess you're doing alright. But I see those bars and they look so thin. These expanded floors are atrocious. I'm so sorry. I didn't think we'd run into this problem. But because of the shame train and some other things, and losing some of the better players early on, kind of wrecked. And my other problem with games like Division is, like, I get to the end game and I'm usually just gonna, like, eh. Let's see, Shame Train. Shame Train is the people that had died already. And so effectively you end up soul linked. And so every time somebody that's soul linked to another person dies, everybody else dies in the process. And it sucks. And so effectively I was pity reviving a bunch of people. And unfortunately that meant, you know, I've been dead since, what? Halfway through floor 4? And floor 5 is by far the longest. 6 just has tough enemies, but there's not, like, tons of them. And it's kind of brutal because, yeah, I've just been sitting around dead specking things. And it's not bad. It gives me an opportunity to sit around and talk. But I'm not doing this again. I don't know exactly what my solution's going to be to Shame Train stuff. I'll probably just not put on so many modifiers and we'll just play normally. That's the DRM encryption maxing out your CPU. It's not good. It wasn't even the DRM. So DRM does... Well, actually, I guess Denuvo could have been maxing things out, but... Well, did the Division have Denuvo? I thought Division was just online only, and there was no actual DRM for the game. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yes, it did have it. Huh. Alright. It's kind of weird. I wonder what the logic is for that. But yeah, so I tried recording it on multiple occasions, and yeah, my frame rate was just so bad. I don't think there are any games that are online only and don't have DRM, specifically to prevent piracy. Well, I mean... Because I think it would, well, I think it would be pretty easy with online only things to have, like, just a quick check. Do you actually own this on your Origin account? I don't think you need something as ridiculous as, like, Denuvo copy protection, for example. I want to look that up. What kind of DRM does Division 2 have? Because there's a difference between, like, DRM and, like, Denuvo. Wait, do you guys not have an exit? Yeah, you got the door all the way over on the right. Oh, left exit is graveyard. Is there no graveyard on the right side? In that case, maybe just res everybody for dragon and just hope it works out. Just make sure you elevator beforehand, I guess. Get to the next floor at the very least, but still. But yeah, should there be a glass bridge? No idea. But yeah, definitely learning the lesson of too many new people, too hard of things, definitely wrecks stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the glass bridge just doesn't spawn, or hell if I know. Well, I guess we just watch you guys do it for a little while. Yeah, the soul link is kind of brutal. It's normally not a problem, but effectively what we're doing is relying on a bunch of, we're relying on a bunch of experienced players to carry a bunch of weak people through, but a number of them got dropped. A number of them got suckered into joining the link, and we had too many like weak people in the group, more or less driving up the HP and enemy quantity. And so, you know, normally weak players, you know, die somewhere around level 1 or 2 or whatever, and then start over, loop through a couple of times. The problem is, yeah, I don't see a graveyard here, so, unless that's one right there. Maybe there's one right there. I don't necessarily know what kind of No, that doesn't look like it. That's unfortunate. And somebody hugged a boss. Yep. And so, you know, normally I think we'd be fine, but I think we actually brought along too many newbies. And, not enough, like, experienced people. I know I definitely was laying myself out to be dead weight because it had worked well more or less every time in the past. But not this time. Not today. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see. Wanderer, did I get T6 access in Satisfactory, or are you stuck in Tier 3? I actually only had the Alpha weekend. For whatever reason, everybody I know got a key to Satisfactory, but I did not. That said, I have other things to do. So it's like, it's not that big of a deal for me to wait for Satisfactory. Not to mention, the developers did ask kindly not to cover Satisfactory past T3. I know a bunch of people have been, but, like, I'm not a Satisfactory channel. I mean, that sounds pretty goofy when I put it that way. No, I am not a channel that covers Satisfactory extensively, and, you know, I don't get a bunch of views from it. So, it's just going to be something that I play alone and with friends, and it'll just be another regular series that I probably come back to a little bit more often than most people. Because I know most... I don't know. I know a bunch of YouTubers, like, hop on these things and they're like, we're going to cover this and hella back again. I'm like, it's just a fun game. And they'll come back again. And they'll come back again. Let's see. Say the developers of Satisfactory asked him not to play it. No. The developers of Satisfactory asked people not to play past T6. Or not even T6, past T3. So, you know, there's different tiers of technology. Well, they didn't want people to play the game past, like, a certain tier level, because, spoilers, or, you know, just because they want to contain the hype, but they didn't put it under an NDA, so of course a bunch of YouTubers and streamers are just going to play the maximum amount that they can. Kind of like, the whole Atlas situation where everybody was like, I'm gonna play, Persona 5 anyway. I mean, I did. Let's see. Yeah, you guys should probably all use the ore elevator beforehand, just in case. I know you might be confident, but who knows how the death chain's gonna go. I guess you might be fine. And Azrael will do the rezzing. Good. Alright, for those of you that are still part of this shame chain, if you're really weak and not very, not well equipped for this sort of thing, please don't do anything risky. Oh god, I only have one potion heal left too. Well, I'm gonna be in the back, trying not to die. Let's see how this goes. Probably poorly. Let's see, no elevator? No, the elevator was right before this. So, let's hope we succeed. Luckily, you get to keep all your stuff, but yeah, we did not gain... I gained a little bit of EXP while looking at it. But no orb. Chris Murphy? Gotta get closer. There we go. So yeah, hang out in the back unless you know you're durable. Well, don't hang out in the back, but, like, stay away from danger. Hiding behind things is a solid idea. Now, we are going to have some enemies back here, so be prepared for combat. Let's see, and if we have a priest back here, if you could heal me. Because I unfortunately made the stupid decision of not, I made the stupid decision of not, allowing myself to regen because I thought it would be okay. Which is a terrible idea. And now I know. Honestly, if I want to do, honestly, if I'm doing this again in the future, I'm not going to be rezzing people, and I'm going to try and actually be one of the people well prepared for beating this. Because, yeah, it looks like Crazy Mage and Benjamin have got this covered. We just have to live long enough that we don't squander this opportunity. I'm gonna be mad if somebody goes down, because that's all of us going down. Acme Boy needs some healing if people are around. Thank you, Azrael, for being Prime Priest here. I was doing okay until I linked myself to the shame train. It's because, like, I'm a generous person, and I don't wanna... I wasn't exactly helping in combat, so I figured I could just be part of the shame train, and it would be fine. But no, with runs like these that go so long, since we're not reliant on any one party member, it almost seems like it's best to just actually, like, permanently shame train folks. Okay, do I get the Dragon Slayer achievement for this? I certainly hope so. Nope! I don't think I get the achievement. The character title. No, I did. I did get Ruffian. Okay, we're good. Yeah, congrats. Thank you so much, Benjamin and Crazy Mage, for more or less doing everything for us. So we did get the title. Perfect. So I don't have to play Thief again. Soon.